And welcome, everybody, to another edition of Durham Bulls Daily, which is where our Bulls fans come the morning after every Durham Bulls game in 2024 for game recaps, highlights, notes, and a whole lot more. You can subscribe, and please do, on Spotify and Apple. You'll get notifications of every new episode when it drops, and you can actually watch this little mini-pod on our YouTube channel, Durham Bulls TV. Subscribe there, please. Patrick Cardenas with you on a Friday night from Gwinnett. The Bulls were aiming for a third straight win for the first time this year and had Taj Bradley on the mound on a major league rehab. Some news before the game: Alex Jackson had his contract selected by the Tampa Bay Rays, so he's back in the major leagues for the first time since June of 2022. Started on Friday night in St. Pete for the Rays and caught a winner over the Mets. Johnny DeLuca also was reinstated from his major league rehab. He drove in 3 in that Rays win on Friday night over the Mets. So the Bulls a little bit shorthanded as the game got underway, but it got underway very well. Ruben Cardenas, a 2-run homer in the top of the first off of Darius Vines. That gave the Bulls a 2-0 lead. Forrest Wall connected on an 0-2 mistake pitch from Taj Bradley in the bottom of the first for his first home run of the season. That made it 2-1, but that was really the only blemish against Bradley, who was tremendous tonight. Again, more on him in a second. Ronny Simon led off the second with a solo home run. Bulls went up 3-1. And with Taj Bradley basically in charge, the Bulls were in command of that game. Bradley, 6 innings, 2 hits, just the home run to Wall. He struck out 8 and left with a 3-1 lead. He kind of grinded through his final inning of work. He goes 6 full for the Rays, likely in his last major league rehab start. And in that 6th inning, 26 pitches, fought his way through with a couple of runners on. We got a big strikeout against Leury Garcia to close out his outing. And that very well could be his final pitch in a Bulls uniform before the Rays reinstate him. So the Bulls were leading 3-1 after 6 innings. Gwinnett got a run back in the bottom of the 7th against Edwin Uceta. Luis Liberato singled to make it 3-2, but Uceta stranded a couple of base runners. It remained 3-2 into the bottom of the 9th inning. Justin Sterner came on to try and close it down, allowed a leadoff single, then a stolen base, a strikeout, a ground out, gave the Bulls a situation where they were 1 out away from winning the game in regulation, but former Bull Andrew Velasquez singled against Sterner to tie the game with 2 outs in the 9th, and the Bulls then were heading to extra innings for the first time this season. Durham did score its run in the top of the 10th as Cameron Meisner delivered a sac fly to give the Bulls a 4-3 lead. And then Carlos Garcia came on for the bottom of the 10th inning, and Garcia walked a man with 1 out. The tying run was at second base. But then as the tying run got to third, a shallow pop fly with 1 out. Josh Lowe on a big league rehab streaked straight in, appeared to be ready to make the catch, and simply dropped the pop fly in very shallow center. The runner would not have been able to tag up and score. But as the ball landed on the grass, Forrest Wall came streaking in to tie the game, and Lowe reached down to the grass a couple of times to try and pick up the ball and at least get a force out at second base. But he dropped the ball a couple of times, and you kind of knew where this 10th inning was headed. Garcia thought he had the second big out. Instead, the game was tied. 2 were on, still with 1 out. His very next pitch hit a batter to load the bases. Alejo Lopez got hit in the leg. And then it was Leury Garcia coming up in the bottom of the 10th with the bases loaded, where a sac fly would win it. And Garcia trying to keep the game alive. 4-4 in the 10th. And the pitch. Line to left field. Mangan moving back. He's going to make the catch. Wheel. And he's going to heave towards second base. Tagging and scoring is Martinez. And the Gwinnett Stripers have beaten the Bulls with 2 in the bottom of the 10th. Final score, Gwinnett 5, Durham 4. It's a sac fly game winner by Garcia. And the defense fails the Bulls in the bottom of the 10th. And the Stripers draw even in this series. 5th game of the series tomorrow at 6:05. Final score, Gwinnett 5, Durham 4. Post-game show from Cool Ray is next. And that would be the game winner. Leury Garcia, a line drive the other way. And Gwinnett just pilfers one away from the Bulls, 5-4. So a tough night for the Bulls, a good beginning for the Bulls, an outstanding start by Taj Bradley, but a salty finish on a Friday night in Lawrenceville, Georgia. So the 5th game of the series comes up Saturday at 6:05 Eastern Time. Shane Boz will be formally assigned to the Bulls in a Major League rehab assignment for the Tampa Bay Rays. Boz coming off of Tommy John surgery. He is expected to go tomorrow for Durham against Alan Winans for Gwinnett. Radio airtime at 5:50 Eastern on the Bulls Baseball Network. 6:05 first pitch between Gwinnett and Durham. So that's going to wrap things up for your Durham Bulls Daily. Again, subscribe as you can on Apple and on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. Or you can watch on Durham Bulls TV on our YouTube channel and subscribe there as well. Once again, in 10 innings, Gwinnett downs the Durham Bulls 5-4. I'm Patrick Keenis for Durham Bulls Daily.